I was in the ocean, feeling nothing but the motion, waves crashing down, all around, all around. The sound was deep, like thunder in your head, thumping in your chest, like a space shuttle launch, motion all around. But you never touched the ground, blue, green, brown, water all around. Leaning, stretching, squeezing, stalling, water all around, but never falling. The tube is calling. Welcome to All Waves Considered. I'm your host, Patricia Scholtz. My friends call me Pat.
And I'm your host, Julius Spicciani. And we're here to talk about Pat, and we're here to talk about surfing. One of my favorite things that I like to get people to talk about is to get them to talk about the transcendent religious experience of being immersed in the water. And one thing that I love about you is you told me that you don't get that at all.
No, I do not have that. And the funny thing about that is one of the first things I noticed when I started surfing in Pensacola was, okay, it was kind of odd because when I went to the beach, guys were like Grateful Dead looking and bandanas, and they had chewing tobacco. And that was, I mean, I didn't experience any of that in
hippies or rednecks.
Well, I mean, there was always hippies and stuff, but I don't know. Surfers were just kind of like surfers.
Okay.
So I think some of the guys up here were kind of, I don't know, they were probably from Pace or, they were a little more country.
Yeah.
So we didn't really have guys that were country as in bandanas and chewing tobacco. At least not in my little world of surfers and the people I was around. So it was kind of like culture shock. A little bit forward, I was out surfing one day and some guy paddles over and is like, "What church do you go to?"
Yeah.
I went, "I don't go to church.
Yeah.
This is church for me if you got to go to church."
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I grew up. I went to all the churches because it was fun when we were a kid. Yeah. But I moved on to whatever
place
whatever place I felt like was best for me. As far as the spiritual or... what did you call it?
Transcendent, like where yourself and the universe blend together.
I just felt like I was just already, maybe that was just me anyway.
Okay, yeah.
So I was that person.
Yeah.
This is who I am. I don't have to like try to be this or work at it or anything like that. It just kind of evolved and happened and without trying very hard. And I think I mentioned that the mountains were kind of like that for me. I mean, I can go up in the mountains and just sit and get lost, and I don't do yoga or meditate or any of those things. I feel more spiritually connected to nature when I'm in the mountains and far away from people, when I'm around trees and stuff like that. So I don't know if that sounds kind of corny, but that's me. A waterfall to me is more spiritual than all my surfer friends are going to think I'm crazy, but it's like it's just like I think I don't know, it's kind of hard I'm sure a lot of people out there will understand, but a lot of people think I'm crazy, you know, because
you'll
it's
get angry
like
letters in your mailbox.
It's like, what do you mean you don't get? I mean, I don't sit on the beach and do yoga and chant or anything like that. I never did. I knew people who did when they were, in the 70s, and then I don't know, maybe that's kind of a California thing in certain areas. We always heard that, but I always thought it was a little awkward. It was like not really my cup of tea. Let's just go surf. And I never, I don't know, I've never been anxious or, I don't know, high strung. Or I'm just kind of a laid back, mellow person anyway. I don't know, maybe I already found
you already are
peace.
transcending.
I'm already transcended. Who knows? It happened at some point, and I'm like, law.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I think it's cool. Every brain is. I think it's cool when there's similarities. Like a lot of people will talk about like a transcendent experience in the ocean. Yeah. But I think that's almost even cooler when people have a completely different thing going on.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, wait.
Yeah, and you are different as a surfer too. You don't surf with other people for the most part. Like a lot of times, I love the social aspects of surfing.
Yeah,
that's not your deal.
Yeah, no, it's not really something I've ever been attracted to. Is like, oh, there's a crowd over there. Let me go over there. So I kind of. It's like, oh, there's a lot of people. Let me go over here, come at it from a different angle, and kind of work my way over there and check the vibe and see how it is, and then a lot of people, you get around them and all they want to do is talk, and I'm like,
I got shit to do.
It's like, man, I just want to chill. I want to catch some waves. I don't really want to talk about what I've been doing or where I'm going. Or honestly, I'm not a big fan of talking about surf, which I've taken a lot of kids in my lifetime surfing, and there was always a group of them over the years that you just want to tell them to shut up, because all they do is talk about their last wave and their next wave, and it's pure stoke for them, but it's just like,
but you're happy for them to be stoked somewhere else.
I would be like, can't you just be quiet for a little while? Shh, listen to the silence. But anyway, I would never tell them that. It's just
internal dialogue.
Let them roll with it. It's like, okay.
When jumping back into your life, so you're now part of the Pensacola community, and you're still here.
Yes,
so
I am. Oh, yeah. Was not my goal in life to stay here at all. I was kind of missing the East Coast big time. And my goal was actually, once I started working, get vested in the company I was with, and then take all my accolades and, hey, I've got 7 years in and it's time to go. You get all your seniority and everything and take it with you. Go work for the same company on the East Coast. Well, at that particular time, when it did come down to that, my parents, who had been retired and living in the Keys for probably about 15 years at that point, decided to leave the Keys. It was getting too crowded. They were getting older anyway. They had the whole entire Gulf Coast. They had the East Coast. They could have moved anywhere, but I love my parents, and they're passed now. But they moved like 2 miles from where I lived, which was like, oh no. And I felt this this people probably think this is ridiculous too, but it's got kind of anxious about that, because I knew I always wanted to spend more time with them and see them, and I knew they were getting older, but it was like, how's this going to cut into my surfing and my I'm going to be over here helping my dad with this stuff all the time. Then I got to go to work, and then I got kids, and and that's my selfish side was coming out, and I'm like, dang, I'll never get to go surfing. It gets dark at like 5 o'clock or whatever, but it all worked out. And honestly, it was also a blessing in disguise, because over time, I realized that St. Augustine's 5.5 hours away. You're in the water. I'm 5 hours from the mountains in Georgia, North Carolina. And those are kind of my happy places now, where I really enjoy going to. Obviously, trees and mountains and whatnot. But, and I also have more opportunities to get on a plane and go somewhere and surf. So I guess it's evolving. I learned to evolve. And now I'm almost gotten to the point where I'm like, hey, what do you want out of life? I'm like, 40 acres and a mule. I can go surf. I can get on a plane and go surf. I mean, you're going to miss all the little all those small sessions or whatever. And I'm sure I would miss the salt water a lot, but it's not something that I stress out about. I feel more stressed if I don't go to the woods and the trees and that kind of thing than
where you're going after this to ride some trails at UWF.
Right, exactly. Get in the trees. So
we're at all we need material wise.
Okay.
We definitely do want that.
You're gonna make me read my.
Yeah, please. Okay, so as Pat was saying that she doesn't feel like very like philosophical or transcendent or spiritual about being in the ocean. She's like, one time I did. What did you say? Like you had this like outpouring of ideas, or how did you describe it?
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. It was all of a sudden I felt like I became a poet. And I know poetry has all kinds of different reflections of rhyming or whatever, just how you feel. And
we don't care what kind of stanza system this is.
Exactly. So I was like, I just started writing, and then I was reading it going, hey, that was pretty cool. Maybe I can do that again. But it didn't, a few times for different things that weren't typically.
So what you're telling me is that you a lip hit you in the head really hard, and then all of a sudden that evening you're like, you know what?
right. It was like I got slammed on the bottom, ate some sand. And it was like, hey.
So needless to say, Pat has brought this poem that you wrote. Do you remember when you wrote it?
It was probably in the late 80s.
Okay.
Early 90s. Like right around that grunge era
time.
I'm like, oh, they can write that stuff?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess, hey, that kind of seems a little grungy.
Yes, please.
Now.
So, go ahead and read that for us whenever you're ready.
It actually doesn't have a title, but I'll name it Tube. I was in the ocean, feeling nothing but the motion, waves crashing down, all around, all around. The sound was deep, like thunder in your head, thumping in your chest, like a space shuttle launch, motion all around. But you never touched the ground. Blue, green, brown, water all around. Leaning, stretching, squeezing, stalling, water all around, but never falling. The tube is calling.
I like that. The tube's calling.
Like,
that's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. That was not my other claim to fame. I mean, that's not fame, but it's my little piece of outpouring was, I guess, my induction into the Surfing Hall of Fame.
That's
East
right.
Coast Surfing Hall of Fame, 2012. That's a YouTube. I'll be on YouTube twice, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was inducted as Patricia Scholtz Wilcox. My award says Pat McCoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 2012. So they also had it on the website in Facebook as 2014. So they're confused, but...
Yeah, for the record, it's Scholtz.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scholtz Wilcox. If you're looking for it on YouTube. If not, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's no big deal.
Maybe I'll find it and put a link. I'll put a link.
Yeah, or you can just basically watch me stammer and look for words as I'm standing in front of people trying to speak.
Yeah, you said you didn't learn to talk until you were 35 or 25? What'd you tell me?
No, I was 35. I'm going with that. I think I just kind of mumbled through life, and I did a lot more thinking than speaking. And even now, people are like, try and finish my sentences for me sometimes. It's like, I'll get it out. Just give me a minute. I'm just like have to work on it in my brain before it actually comes out.
That's probably a good thing. A lot of times I don't do that.
Some people are just like, I know people who don't filter anything.
And then afterwards I'm like, I could have just thought about that for 2 seconds and decided that was a bad idea.
So anyway, and I think part of that too may have been the fact that I grew up listening to Afrikaans, which is a
the
South African dialect that they speak.
Which, could you call it a Creole, or is that not the right way to say it? It's
what?
A Creole. It's like a mixture of languages, I think, would be the term.
I think Dutch, German, and I don't know if they'd like it if you call it Creole, but maybe they wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But anyway.
We'll Google it to see if it's appropriate.
Yeah, right. No, it's all good.
Yeah, that's right.
Version.
So it's not normal English. Like if a Native American English speaker heard that, they might have a hard time understanding it.
Oh yeah, they wouldn't. They'd be clueless.
Oh really? Not even close.
No, they'd be like, what? If you spoke German or Dutch, you could probably pick out a lot of words because I can understand certain things in German and Dutch, so it's just it's a blend. It's a dying language, so English, it's Afrikaans and English in South Africa as well, so people don't go to other parts of the world and go, let's learn Afrikaans. So like they would Spanish or Italian or whatever the case may be.
There's no energy being put into it.
But I think when your brain learns a specific language first, then everything after that you still have to kind of translate. And I don't know, I might just be making that up.
Do you ever dream in Afrikaans or anything like that?
Oh, no, I don't, but I have some pretty good dreams, so.
Heck yeah.
It's usually
what do you got?
Surfing.
Yeah.
Surfing, riding my bike.
Yeah.
Sometimes falling. How's that? Thanks for watching All Waves Considered. Much appreciated. I'm your host, Patricia Scholtz, Pat. Y'all have a great, healthy, happy new year. And it's been fun doing this. Maybe we'll do it again.
way. You're gonna miss me, maybe not today, but when I'm out on the open road, you're gonna wish that I'd stayed home, but maybe further down the road. On my way, you're gonna miss me, maybe not today, but when I'm out on the open road, you're gonna wish that I'd stayed home. You're gonna worry I'm all alone. You're gonna wish that I'd stayed home. Father time, I hear the tick, 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 ticking of your clock. Lost all control to make it stop. Please just make it stop. So you find yourself going out on New Year's Eve, surrounded by such sad company. But don't feel bad, you've got your whiskey and your Sprite, and in the pocket of your jacket is a pack of Marlboro Lights and a plastic bag full of mushrooms, and a plastic bag full of mushrooms. It's gonna make you, it's gonna shake you, it's gonna take you to the moon. It's gonna wake you, it's gonna break you, it's gonna make you change your tune. Everybody's talented and everybody's stoned, and I feel like I wanna go back home. And everybody's wasted and everybody's cool, and I feel like I'm back in high school. It's gonna make you, it's gonna shake you, it's gonna take you to the moon. It's gonna wake you, it's gonna break you, it's gonna make you change your tune. And everybody's talented and everybody's stoned,
Thank y'all. That's a brand new song called To the Moon. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, y'all. So we write songs about more than just like mushrooms.
You know, those are just the first two.